All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is just after 3 o'clock, Southern Mississippi Central Time. Get you a weather update. So while I'm doing that, well, it's up, so let's see, 83 degrees and 34% humidity, so it definitely doesn't feel extra hot or muggy or anything like that. Nice warm day, awesome in the shade, slight breeze blowing, perfect day, unless you're busy doing something. So this morning we started out the day with a power outage. A local transformer blew, and so the whole house went down with power, which then meant that we're going to find other things to do. So we started by rearranging the garage. I'll show you maybe a video of that here in a little bit when I show you how my setup is, because I still haven't shown you that. What we're trying to do is get a couple more setups going so the kids can ride with us. So only 2 kids at a time, but at least I'll get a couple of kids able to ride on Zwift with us at the same time so we can ride with them. So when that happens, I'll be sure to keep you informed. Let's see what else we do here today. Also mowed the yard. That's always an hour or two endeavor. That's all taken care of after all the storms that came through, so that was great. And I think with that, today, when we get going here, get the companion app going. I already have all 4 fans going because it's going to be a little bit warmer already anyway, so there's no point in trying to do that later, especially since I don't have that remote switch figured out. So as you can see in today's world, today we have 3 roads to choose from are Watopia, New York, and Richmond. I did some checking. Richmond, all my badges are done. New York, I only have 1 left, and that is called the, I'll show you which one it is. We're not going to do it today. It's called the Everything Bagel. A little play on words there, obviously, but it is 1,784 feet of climbing and 21 miles. So it basically does everything, every single piece of road in Central Park. Not really in the mood to do that one. So we're not going to do that today. Instead, we're going to head over to Watopia, and we're actually going to do a couple of different routes to get 2 different badges. So they're smaller, so we'll do 2 of them. We'll start out with this, let's see, we'll do that one first. 5.7 miles, 354 feet of climbing. And then we will need to quit Zwift, start it back up again, so I'm back at this menu so I can pick a different route to do the, let's see, where is it? It is the Volcano Flat. Another 7.7 miles and 160 feet of climbing. So some of these roads we've seen before, but we're going to do a couple of them back to back. I checked and I don't have either of these badges yet. Again, it doesn't matter if you're on the roads or not. If you didn't follow the route, sorry, if you didn't let the computer steer your route, if you follow this route manually yourself, it won't count. You have to actually select the route at the beginning, let the game take you on the route. Once you complete the route, then you'll get the badge. So because of that, I haven't completed these, even though I've been on these routes before. All right, so we're going to head up that climb that we finished toward the end of that, what turned into a big chase ride. We're going to come down, yeah, so no big deal. We're going to hit that sprint right about here, and then actually it might be in here somewhere. Anyway, by the Italian villas. Go over these rollers, come back. We'll go into that banner. We'll get the badge. I'll go ahead and finish it out to 6 miles rather than stopping at 5.7 to get that experience points that I talked about before. Then we'll quit, come back in with that Volcano Flat, and we'll go from there. So with that, Still doing this ceramic speed mission for the month of May. We've done 14 of the 75 miles on the road. Still have the 50 miles on the time trial bike and 25 miles on the mountain bike to do. I think I might change it up and do a time trial bike just to get some of those miles in today anyway. Yeah, might as well. So let's get right in here. I have my H2O rehydration product already all mixed up. And as always, I'll leave a link to that in the description.
What you're going to feel as the muscles start to get a little tighter and more sore is, that lactic acid builds up in your muscles.
Man, I gotta tell you, it tastes awesome right now.
Start feeling that, get around, go back to yourself, that's not the way to transform the body.
Alright, because I have the 4 fans going already and I don't have any sweat on my washcloths, so I turn them on, my washcloth blew off, so I have to kind of hold on to this until it gets a little heavier. I'll put it over here. I have a little stack of stuff that I can set stuff on, kind of like a shelf. Set up my map, so it's always, like I mentioned, I like it, so I'm always looking up. So the map rotates around me, rather than the map always being heading up north, and then me moving around. I just find it a little bit easier. So drop some thumbs here, we'll get going. And while that's going, I use an app called Hydro Coach. There's several of them out there, but I keep track of how much fluids I take in every day to make sure that I'm staying hydrated. I'm a big believer in that, in hydration in general, but definitely water intake. And I was down in a bunch of water while I was mowing the lawn, but I don't have my phone out with me while I'm mowing the lawn because I'm not going to do that. So let me put that in real quick here.
That was formed in the late mid-Jurassic, right around 140 million years. And that's going to be primarily sandstone, we've got clay.
Drop some more thumbs.
We're really often see layer upon layer of colors and change. Really, going from rocket clay, because of the change in color, which you can see all throughout the valley.
We'll watch the heart rate come up a little bit here.
Beautiful location. Now, on top of Minnesota, you see the Henryville sandstone.
I thought all of the work we did in the garage counted as a workout. I opened for me today that doesn't count. So here we are. I'll do 2 workouts just to one upper. She's not paying attention. Alright, so just went to the banner, roll the roulette wheel. We got featherweight, which is great. I'll use that actually during this climb here. Might as well. And but also started the official route. So we'll come back under that banner, that's what will finish it, and that's when we'll get that badge.
We'll see where most of North America is pretty much all of you guys know this kind of rock formation is really a hiker's paradise.
Alright, so you can see on the map, we're going to make this kind of hairpin right turn, and it'll actually stay straight, not make this left turn. That'll take us up a roundabout, well not a roundabout, what's that called? Clover leaf. That'll take us up a clover leaf, up over this bridge we're about to go under. And then we'll start climbing up that those switchbacks. So again, we're only putting in probably 14 miles today between the 2 badges, somewhere in there, depending on the rounding. And not really in a big hurry to put in some big effort, so just gonna take it easy here.
First one we do is down in the here. Alright. We'll hold ourselves in a nice solid position, keeping your body completely straight.
This is a King of the Mountain climb.
I don't want you getting dizzy. Alright, and then we're going to do a few hits as well. But just like it sounds,
Not in a big hurry to put in an effort here.
we're going to do each of those for about 60 seconds, okay? When we go ahead and demonstrate those two, you keep walking for the next 40 seconds while I demonstrate.
I did go back and check that
Right down
so
here.
3 days ago,
A nice solid position. Keep
our time here was 3 minutes 44 seconds. That was the toward the end of that,
Keep the position.
what I'm going to call a chasing ride.
The position right about here. We're going to hold that for about 60 seconds.
We'll go ahead and drop that featherweight.
And we'll build climbing as we move forward throughout the week.
We hit double digits, so I figured it was a good time to do so.
So together and back and show something. Let's go ahead and step off the treadmill.
Our rate's coming out.
Doing that, look at how beautiful this is. You can see all these different
So,
layers and now
yesterday's second climb,
off the treadmill. I'm going to go ahead and get us started with that. This plank position to begin with. And go.
look at that.
I'm going to get this started on my
Almost on pace to match.
5,
We're barely behind it.
3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, now we're down in the
All right, so anyway,
we're going to hold this.
I went back and checked the
Now,
effort I was doing on that second climb.
often it's pretty easy to forget your breathing.
So I said I was pleasantly surprised
Keep your entire body
that I was
straighten your hips. Straighten, you let your hips kind of sink down.
keeping my cadence 85 and above, or around 85 on that 10% grade. So I went back and checked, and I was actually
Keep going. Doing great so far.
sustaining
10 more seconds. Stay with me.
300-ish
Keep your body straight.
watts during that time.
Also your squatters have to really
So, pretty pleased with that.
We're up on the 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. We're going to go right into our V-sit that we demonstrated. Go ahead and get balanced here. Saddle up, and we'll do about 60 seconds, okay? Just like this, in 3, 2, and 1.
Whoever has a thumbs up here.
Make sure you keep your feet off the ground here. Your shoulders are not going to touch. All right, let's go ahead and make sure you're keeping your back.
So usually what I try to do is,
Right?
especially when there aren't as many riders
Keep those from touching. I know that you're going to want to
right around me,
keep down, don't do it. Now, if it gets difficult, you need to modify the draw. You need to hold on to your legs. That's
and I
okay.
have the ability to do so,
Try to make sure that your feet
is
working towards something. The first step, you need to do that.
as I'm passing people, to give them a thumbs up.
Much confident in your pathway. You're doing great.
Because I don't want them to be demoralized, I want them to
Keep
be
breathing.
picked up.
You can extend your feet out further, so it's a little more difficult. As you cheat in, it gets a little easier, okay? 15 more seconds. And we'll give you a breathe. Stay with me. All right, and 10 seconds left. You can make it. Just stick with me here. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. 5,
All right, might as well put down some good effort here, see what we can do.
2, and 1. That's great work. I'm rocking. Gaze on the very important part of your body is not to move out. Just go ahead and jump back up on your treadmill, okay? Keep moving down your tail, and you keep dropping it on it, okay? Stay with me. Step on up. Now in this one, I'm going to go ahead and walk for about a minute. Right, then,
Unfortunately,
light, easy.
I waited too long to start that.
Just a moment. All right. Walking to see how everything is so different. Loose talk. There's sandstone everywhere. This area is actually prone to get out of. And so, scrambling off the trail, this is prohibited. You want to stay about 3 yards back from anywhere you drop off if you ever come. But they can get way off. So, beauty also comes with danger. All right, about 35 seconds in. And you're going to have a nice real easy. All about the cover today. How about me and you? Beautiful. journey. All right, you've got about 10 seconds left. I'm going to take that to 90 stuff, okay? We're going to start that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right.
Big guy.
About 50 seconds off.
Oh yeah. We're going to change bikes. Well, what we'll do is we'll stay on the road bike for this ride, and then we'll switch to the time trial bike for the next one.
You with me just over there. All right, 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll take you back under a walk. Go ahead and walk with me, but in the meantime, look at this beautiful view here. Absolutely gorgeous. You see exactly how we came in. It is absolutely beautiful. Breathtaking. We're going to loop back down around this.
Looks like some people are having a bit of a heated discussion.
You're walking with me. Doing great. I want to take a moment to show you.
Maybe about a race and whether someone thought they were
Absolutely stunning.
cheating or not.
All right, you're doing awesome. Get a little bit longer here. Enjoy these views. We'll find a nice place for our next stop. We're going to continue.
Give some thumbs up to these guys here.
Also, we'll see here is sedimentary spot. That's probably what this place is most known for. There's about 57 gnomes in the park right now. Now, where they come from, it's really up to date. Scientists are debating this as we speak. It's really not pretty cool spot. First being, this area, very few Watopia active. I mean, this place has been there for millions of years. Now, the first theory is that the earthquakes actually gave way to water vent. They're keeping out the water. We got that after the very first cool spot. Now, second, being that a lot of people think it's actually just like those, bring back to underneath sedimentary rock. There's a lot of rock, filled up with cement, and it goes away off that. All this rock goes there.
Got our snapshot.
Underneath the sedimentary rock. Built up so much that the stuff that's going upward, connect and it's right. This one right beneath them, I like to keep that pretty. And that's not more cool.
So we don't have to worry about doing that later.
All right, guys, we got about 15, 20 seconds left to go. Watch it. Come around this thing. Go ahead, hit the thing. Get it pop.
Here comes the rain. That's why it got dark, because they overpassed.
Good afternoon. Love that kid, by the way. That is awesome. Now, if I can get myself in the road, we will land on the street. Look at this beautiful outlook here. We're going to go ahead and set it off the treadmill. You can see a lot of parts here. Absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. Let's go ahead and we're going to do our next.
Stick to the right, past the villas,
You're not going to have to hit the
past the waterfall.
okay. Go ahead and look into it. Move it just like this. All right, we're going to go ahead. Left arm up, take our right knee up to our elbow, okay? That's exactly how this is going to work out. Left leg up, right knee to the elbow, and we're going to come to here, okay? Good movement. Second movement can be a roll movement. It's not just like our beat fit. Extend yourself, bring yourself together. Extend, bring yourself together. Right? How we're going to use this. Stop, okay? Forward, 10.
So I checked these flags here that are like this person that has the gray and white star in the center.
1.
That's
Left elbow. 2, 3,
if you don't select
4.
the country of origin.
1, 2,
That's the
3,
flag that gives you.
4, and 5. Now we're getting flat. All right, get 10 more. 1, 2, punch it up. You should be throwing it out here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, we'll head downhill here. Another intersection, we'll stay to the right again.
3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now that's on your feet up. 4, 5, 6. You need to multiply it, grab your leg. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really cut the entire ass up there. The leg part. Go on to your stomach. And back. Now go ahead. Back down the back. Go. The juice is going to the body. You're moving. You move all of that back down your head. Oh, shit from the floor. All right, back down the pathway. Start walking out for a little bit.
Kind of up to the screen.
I'm going to go ahead and do a couple high knee moves. Okay? I'm going to do that with you. You need to hold on your handles for a reason. Just like this. Alright? Hold on to the handles if you need to. Nice and high with your legs. You're totally behind on the handles. Please drop. Challenge yourself. That's when it's just all out. Making yourself up. Time. 20, you. Come on to the handles if you need to. Get 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great work. Go ahead and start back up. 1, 1, 4, 6. Dangerous. Beautiful. Look at the face to that bar. Get out of that head. Come out here and make yourself. There you go. You're doing great. Go down the top here. Couple minutes. Maybe open up the jaw here.
1.13 seconds off my best.
We've got a lot of participants here, so.
And that was with the power up, so legs definitely feeling the previous day's worth of work. Definitely reason to
Move our way out.
take it easy some days.
About 39 seconds in. I'll show you something really cool. Most of
You
our
either can't drain your reserves all the time, or have to teach your body somehow to
you're gonna give
use less reserves
amazing beauty.
or have larger reserves.
About a minute in. So let's finish right up there.
Give a thumbs up here to Richards. Looks like I already did. From Miguel there.
All these phytoorganisms that are actually, they take millions of years to actually develop. This is a pretty dangerous looking area. You can definitely fall off by the side. Okay, right behind you here. I don't want you falling off, okay?
I mentioned it before, but this is the only time I'll ever be riding in a thunderstorm.
Now when we've got sheer, probably 150, 200.
I've done some stupid things, but I'm not going to do that in real life.
Look how amazing this is. If you're scared of heights, this probably isn't the fit for you.
I should probably validate that comment.
Not necessarily.
I've done some stupid things on the bike.
I love seeing beautiful views like this. Without a little bit of danger.
That was probably going too far.
Two more of those spotters down there. Gorgeous. We're actually going to work out here in the middle. Awesome. I love it. If you want out and just look out this way too, probably one of my most favorite out there. Combined with that, contrast with red and black. I think it makes this black one absolutely. this is one of those areas where you definitely want to stay away from the edges, as this shelf and skidway kind of
Someone just made a comment about the fact that it was raining in real life, so they came to do their workout in Zwift today, and now it's raining in Zwift.
All right, now let's work our way out. See how windy it was.
All right, we'll stay to the right here, head back downtown. Try to slowly get back on the wheel in front of us so that McDowell stays with us. Give him a little bit of a go down some thumbs. So it said 5.7 miles for the badge, but we actually started before the banner, so I won't need to worry about running up to 6. We just hit 6 right there. So up here about 6.1. There's our route complete. Come to a stop. There's our menu. And all right, so we're actually going to 110,000 experience points to the next level. We're at 108,766, so we got 13, 12, 34 to go. So just miles, that would be 401, wait, 12. Yeah, about 401 miles. So every time we do one of these badges, we get more experience as well. So it's not quite that many miles, so we'll see. Alright, so we're going to do that. I already snapped a photo, so it's going to use that. We're going to save and exit. It's going to upload that to Strava and Garmin.
Let's go ahead and do a couple of them. Now, you need to hold on there.
You're going to see the screen go black. Except for my video of me, the camera of me. And then I'll get the Zwift game going again.
Hold on the railing if you need to. Nice and high. Bend those knees.
And you should see that blue screen now come in.
This little viewpoint.
Rest days are important.
Work our way around the south. So that really stretch your quadriceps as you're doing it. You've got 4 muscles there that you really need to air out.
Try a new kit. Attack those climbs.
A couple more, and off. Let's go ahead and keep walking. That's a beautiful viewpoint out. You can see the distance of location is struck out. All over the place. Just an awesome location to check out. Let's go ahead and work our way back. And work our way along.
I run this on another monitor, so I actually, you don't see it, but I have to expand that. I run this game within a window so that I can bring it over to this screen. Otherwise it wants to run on my main screen. And so, in doing so, I need to make sure it's expanded every time. I don't think you guys see that, but... Alright, so we're heading to Watopia. We're going to the...
We'll start our right leg going forward, just like this.
Volcano Flat.
Alright.
Maybe we'll do a third badge.
Kind of loosen your hips up a little bit. Okay?
volcano circuit or across counterclockwise. So we'll see. We'll do this one first. And we're going to do it in right here. Get the game going. Change bikes.
Here we go. Feet come together. If you're not holding on to the handle, feel free to go ahead and let your arms swing a little bit. Give about 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it over and walk. Now we're going to
All right, we're coming here.
Okay?
Menu, garage, frame.
Feel free to hold on if you need to. If not, let your shoulders swing.
Again, I'm going to use the time trial bike you get when you start, so that I have the least weight advantage. I'm not going to use my all spec'd out one, although it has, looks like it weights about the same. But this is definitely more aerodynamic. And we're going to stick with our classic wheels. So like I mentioned, I do all my training with just standard equipment, as basic as I can get it. We're going to check badges real quick, because I think, yeah, volcano circuit I haven't done yet. Or the counterclockwise. We're about to do this volcano flat. So we'll get going on that. Whoops, not what I meant to do.
It's going to be right here for 60 seconds. Make sure you don't let your hips sink.
So let me show you you're going here. I'll do a cross-sectional view for you. So see, I'm already in my aero tuck, because that's how you ride when you're on an aero frame. You don't get the tops and the drops. You're always here. I think when you climb, when you do an out-of-saddle climb, you probably grab those lower bars there. I'll see if I can't initiate that for you, just so we can check that out. All right, so you can see we're about 3/4 or so the way through that orange bar there, up on the top. So we're about 3/4 of the way through level 24. When we hit level 25, I'll be changing my kit, because I'll get a jersey that has a big 25 on the back.
3, 2, 1. Great work. All right. We're going to move forward to the first plank. Give me 60 seconds. Got it? On my count.
Seems like I get experience points an awful lot from my power ups.
All right. That's the time. Don't let your hips sink down.
Not just randomly happening that way, or if it has happened more often in the higher on the higher levels. It does take an awful lot of drops, awful lot of experience to move up a level. The higher those levels are, the more it starts getting bigger and bigger, the requirements to go to the next one.
35 seconds, we're doing great. Stay with me now. About 20 more seconds.
Alright, so since I'm on a time trial bike, I get 0 drafting benefit.
Nice deep breath. And we're done in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. All right.
We're going to I think we're going to stick on this road, go straight rather than making a left up here. Go down into the aquarium, that's what I call it. My companion app went to sleep because we had quit and come back in. So it'll keep the phone alive as long as it's running, but it's not going to stay running if you're not in the game. So, he went to sleep, my phone went to sleep. Now we're back.
What's the stop here?
Now I can throw down some thumbs.
Forward, downward, and upward. All right, now we're going to get one last jog here from our starting point. We're going to do a little turn here, which is a nice little easy jog and turn. Walk it out, then you're absolutely done. So do it from your walk into a jog.
I was reading this morning that I think it's ASO, the organization that puts on the Tour de France, has notified the professional teams that on it's the World Circuit to plan for the Tour de France on August 29th. There was a little bit of discussion around how is that going to happen on August 29th if France has said they don't get to open up until September 1st. Maybe September 1st is a placeholder. But they did confirm with 3 separate sources that, yes, August 29th is the planned start for the Tour de France this year. It should be a pretty interesting race because not only do you have these guys that haven't been racing, right, so they can't measure their progression throughout the year. They can't measure their progression relative to others. Right, so they have no idea how other people are doing. Do they really know how they're doing? And the world of cycling, professional cycling now, is pretty much, if you're going to race a Grand Tour, the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, the Volta de España, that's it. You can't do 2 in the same year. You definitely can't do all 3 in the same year. It's just not how it used to be. Because the pros that are able to perform at the level necessary to win the Tour nowadays can't do that for that long of a period of time. So what they do, look at all these guys doing FTP tests. What they do is they design their training to peak during a specific Grand Tour. And then they'll use other races along the way as a tool to measure how they're doing toward that. Well, if they were planning to peak in July, June, beginning of June is when the tour had been, and now it's the end of August. 3 months later, and were people planning on still peaking, or they pretty much throw in any chance of any racing this year? I don't know. I will tell you, so I mentioned Mark Cavendish in the past. No, I haven't. I mentioned Virtual Everstein in the past. And these guys do these repeat climbs up Alpe d'Huez or in Zwift. Alpe Zwift. Let me finish that story in a second. I'm going to change views here and see if I can get my guy to get out of the saddle for you. See what he does. Yep, there we go. So that answers that question. He'll stay on the aero bars once he gets out of the saddle. Then he'll use those, they're called bullhorn bars. It's essentially just the drops portion of the bar. He doesn't need that front piece because it's coming from the stem, but it's down at that level. All right, so back to virtual Everesting and the pros. So Mark Cavendish, arguably one of the best sprinters on the pro circuit, but every sprinter has their specialties. So when the sprint suits him, he's definitely the man to beat. All out, flat, wide open. You can't touch him. It's like watching. I just blanked out. Peter Sagan runs a slight uphill. I mean, he's got skills, different skills. I don't know how he does what he does, but anyway, back to Cavendish. It's an awesome turn of speed. Dials it up. You give him a lead out and it's game over. Because it doesn't matter how fast the lead out is, he's going to take it, he's going to go faster. And it's wide open. 40 plus miles an hour. Or, yes, we're talking on a bicycle. Just all out. Anyway, he did virtual Everesting a couple days ago. And he gave a big shout out. Remind you, he did it in 10 and a half hours, which is insane. But he then gave a big shout out to everyone that's ever done it, saying, yeah, that's legit effort. Mentioned hurt and so on. Remind you, he's not a climber, but he is a professional. So maybe we could take a non-climber professional, compare him to an amateur climber, maybe. I mean, the sprinters in the tour still have to work their way over the mountains or get disqualified. So, he can still, quote unquote, climb, just not with the climbers. And then take amateur non-climbers, and you start to understand just what effort these guys are doing. With that, there's another big Everesting event going on this weekend. And some guy, there's a couple different efforts. Where who kind of keeps track of it. You get your name posted as completed the effort. But the very specific requirements, right? You need a picture of your weight on a scale, picture of your same weight then in Zwift, picture of your smart trainer settings within Zwift showing that you have it set to 100% realism, picture of your spin down calibration test being complete on your smart trainer to to validate that it's performing correctly. What else? I'm not sure what else. Picture of your completion at the end. And they have three different efforts that they're keeping track of. One is what they call base camp. So it's the equivalent of riding your bike up to base camp on Everest. It's essentially a half Everest. Then they've got Everest itself, which is 25,000 some odd feet. It's like 8842 or something like that meters. And then, as if that wasn't enough, they have one for 10K, so 10,000 meters, which is roughly 1,200 meters more-ish. So that's what, 3,600 more feet of climbing after you climb Mount Everest. But I'm thinking, I realize it's easy to say, but not necessarily as easy to do. But if you're going to do Everest, which is 8.5 times up the Zwift, might as well do, was it one more time? Maybe 1.5 more times? Finish that climb and then do another half to one more climb to get the 10K. Rather than coming back at another time and having to do it all over. Well, that was the thought of a guy that just did it today. He finished the 10K, explained how sore he was, how pretty much everything hurts, showed a screenshot of the completion, 13.5 hours. And he's 15 years old. So, yeah. Not sure where his plans are for cycling, but it'll be a name to keep track of. So we're going left here. We're not going to do the sprint again. So let me get the guy's name. His name is Jake Green. He burned 8,500 calories. He lost 2.1 kilograms of weight. But he says the bonus is, I think I'm the youngest person to do the 10K. So that's awesome. So anyway, if he gets into racing of any sort, there'll be a name to watch out for. Mind you, it may be that what he excels at is endurance events or something, right? Maybe we don't necessarily hear so much about him in the mainstream racing side of things. But anyway, so you can see that volcano in front of us. This course, we're just going to ride around it. I don't think we go through it. We might actually go through a portion of it rather than climbing up one edge of the outside. I don't know. We'll see in a second here. Throw down some more thumbs. Yeah, so if you saw, there's two people that passed us, and the person in front of those two just disappeared. Well, just as they passed us, the front of the two had some kind of blue glowing ghost-looking trainer that was riding with them. You know, like they were on a rear-wheel trainer, but it was on their bike while they were riding, and then they disappeared. So I'm going to stick with my theory that they just went off to do an event, and when you hit that button that says, yeah, let's go, it pops you onto that virtual trainer before you leave the world. So it resets that, and then while you are, while you see the thing, okay, preparing the world, it's getting ready to put you into the new world and put you in the group of folks at the starting line, you're still visible in the old world. And that's why it shows you moving around, riding along still on that virtual trainer. Alright, so we got a little switch back here. So then we'll make the left. Give this guy a thumbs up back. We'll just stay in the large chainring here and just kind of keep the power on. So we back up a little bit, let this guy kind of move out of our draft, or us move out of his draft. And you'll see that there's no message that pops up that says 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters. Because I'm not losing the draft, I don't have the ability to draft. That's what I was wondering. So we do go through the middle, through the edge of, I guess, of the volcano here. Drilling out the feels, and it doesn't feel it, right? My body doesn't think it's the temperature, or my mind does. And immediately, I'm visualizing, man, it's an oven in here. It's like a sauna. Oh man, I can't even breathe. None of that's true. But just from a visual standpoint, that's immediately where the mind goes. But as you can see, there's another course right above us inside the volcano as well. Actually, I think that might be on the outside of the volcano. I think that's a climb. But it's shown kind of in a almost not there view. You can kind of see it in the edge of the map there. Because it's not those two roads that intersect. Alright, so we'll make this left here. Head back downtown to Ocean Boulevard. Go through this glass tube. Over the water. Kind of makes you think like a guinea pig. Little tubes everywhere, or maybe even Jurassic Park-esque. You see the big statues in the background there. Looks like they're running statues. I think there used to be a bicycle. Just one bicycle back before Zwift added running. Could be entirely wrong, but alright, we're going to do this S-turn, climb up a little bit, make a left, drop down onto Ocean Boulevard. And here comes the rain again. This is going to be pretty close to, again, this was supposed to be 7.1 miles. But it doesn't count the mileage you do to get to the banner, to start the route. So, we'll have to see, we might be a tiny bit over 8. Drop some more thumbs. I don't know, it might be pretty much at 8. It's 300 meters to go. Drop some more thumbs. There's 8 miles. And there's our route complete. Alright, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're only at 27 minutes, 28 minutes. So I noticed that we don't have either, oh, but I guess that's 28 minutes for this one. And I see we're at about an hour. All right, I'll leave you alone. I was thinking about just doing 2 more badges, but that's for this ride. So total broadcasting time is about an hour. I'll let it go at that. All right, we'll go ahead and end the ride here. Got some stuff on my screen here. Couldn't see what I was doing. All right. So we got our second badge. Oh, didn't get another screenshot though. Wish I got that runner. I don't see any more runners coming. So let's do another screenshot. I'm going to get some bikes on the screen here. Here come several. There we go. All right. So I end the ride there, rather than dragging you along. Like I say, it's addicting. I want to just keep going, but no point in making you guys sit there and watch me ride for hours upon hours. All right, as always, if you like the ride, hit the ride button. If you want to be kept notified, hit that subscribe button. I'll leave 3 things, as always, in the description. The Garmin data, which this time there'll be 2 links, because every time I complete a ride and leave Zwift, it uploads it as a new event. So I'll leave 2 links for Garmin data this time. I'll leave a link for my hydration product called H2O, and I'll leave a link for the maps of Zwift. If there's something you want to see, you let me know. I'll make sure it gets on the calendar, and we'll go from there. All right. With that, everyone keep Zwifting, and I'll see you on the virtual side.